सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Okay, so we were looking at the section where Jivan Mukta Lakshana was being defined. Finish the shloka 441, where it is said, Sadhubhih pujyamane asmin pidyamane pi durjanaihi samabhava bhavedyasya sajivan mukta ishyate. Who is a Jivan Mukta? One who, when being worshipped by good people and dharmika people, and on this other hand being criticized by or tortured, afflicted by, tortured by adharmic people, durjani, who has samabhava. Who has samabhava, he is Jivan Mukta. Kim bahuna? Kim bahuna means what more is to be said? There are so many things which have been said, and he says Kim bahuna. It can all be summed up. Summed up, instead of elaborating it, you can sum up by saying Yatra pravishta vishaya pareritaha nadi pravaha iva varirashau linanti sanmatrataya navikriyam utpadayantyesha yatir vimuktaha. I'm sorry. Yatra pravishtaha विषयाः परेरिताः, परैः ईरिताः विषयाः यत्र प्रविष्टाः सन्ति. How? Nadi pravaha iva varirashau. Just like the nadi pravaha, all the rivers are quite turbulent when they flow in. They flow in from a height and then they merge with the samudra. So when they merge with the samudra, does the samudra undergo any changes? Gitacharya also says this, that the mind of a jnani is not disturbed when there is flow of various things. This prarabdha creates so many circumstances, the surroundings are such that one, especially in Kali Yuga, now you look at it, prarabdha, we are born in Kali Yuga, or prarabdha is such that being born here, we have to suffer the surroundings the way they are. Adharma is going on. Somehow we hold on to dharma. That itself is our dharma, to hold on to our dharma. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Rakshita dharmaha rakshati. The dharma which is protected protects. But how do you protect the dharma when so much of adharma is there? And this is just the beginning of Kali Yuga. It is yet to worsen a lot. In such kind of a scenario, when the mind cannot be kept pure, still it has to be kept pure. Chitta Shuddhi has to be there for Jnanotpatti, and even after Jnanotpatti for Nishtha also, Chitta Shuddhi has to be retained, Shamadama has to be retained. So just like all the rivers flowing into the ocean get merged into it, but do not cause any disturbance whatsoever. Not only disturbance, we can say that it does not get elated also, that okay, so many rivers are joining me. The ocean remains still as in not still waters, but ocean is still. You don't see the ocean really flooding or becoming, when there is a tide, you see the differences, but then otherwise an ocean is an ocean, vast ocean. It does not undergo any kind of change. Similarly is the mind of this person, and thereby he is Jivan Mukta. When that kind of a situation, when that kind of a state arises, state for a lack of a better word, the Turiya Avastha, in that pure Brahma, Sad Brahma, Chid Brahma, Paraihi Irita Vishaya Pravishtaha, not by oneself they enter, but they are prodded by something else, someone else, Paraihi, Anyehi, by others. These Vishayas, these objects are prodded to enter whom, and they become merged there. The Vishayas also become merged in this Brahma Rupa Atma, who that person is called a Jivan Mukta. Linanti Sanmatrataya, Linanti, they merge or they resolve as Sat. Vishayas, once they join, see, you cannot say that the river, Ganga, Yamuna, whatever, all these rivers, when they merge in Prayag, when the rivers join, you cannot say this is that river and this is this river. You cannot make such differentiation after they merge. For a certain distance or a certain duration, you can say that it is being merged. It has not merged yet, but once merged, it is just ocean water. Similarly, this Sanmatrataya Linanti, Vikriyam na Utpadayanti, they do not bring about the change, just like the Vishayas do not bring about the change in this Sanmatra Vastu, which is Brahmatma. Just like the rivers do not bring about change when they merge, they really merge into the ocean as one body of water. Esha yati vimuktaha, yatra pravishta sa esha yatihi vimuktaha. So yatra is the adhikarana of the jnani himself, the Jivan Mukta. Sa yati vimuktaha, he is the one who is really free. So he is the one who is really free. Muktaha, Nitya Muktaha. Not now Mukta, but always Muktaha. Pareritaha, Paraihi, Anyaihi, Iritaha. Anena Swata, Vishyormukatvam, Naiva Asti, Ikshita Brahmana Pumsa Ityuktam. For this person who was initially a sadhaka, a mumukshu, jijnasu, who is now a jnani, then Shravana Siddha, Manana Siddha, and then Nishtha is also there. Thereby what his Bhairmukatvam is not there, Antarmukatvam is there. Antarmukatvam is not Antarbahi, there is no difference, it is Brahma Mukatvam. So Ikshita Brahmana, for whom the Brahma alone is Ikshita, Brahma alone is being seen, cognized not as an object. How do you explain that Brahma, he is in the form of Brahma, that's it. There is nothing else that he sees everything as Brahma, he hears everything as Brahma, he knows everything as Brahma, he tastes all this, basically everything is Brahma. There is no seeing, hearing, ityadi, separately you cannot say that there is, because there is no subject-object division. Thereby it is just like that single body of ocean where there is no difference between the river and the ocean anymore, or between the river and another river. Similarly, everything has become one in this Brahma. Ikshita Brahmana Pumsaha Swataha Vishyon Mukhatvam Nasti. There is, by himself, he is not turned towards the Vishayas. Somebody has to drag him out onto the Vishayas, because they want something out of him. Thereby they manifest him. They, just like this light does not have anything to do with the Indriyas really. It is not, the light does not say, look at me, see me. If you personify light, light is not saying that you, it is not manifesting by itself. It is being seen is all right, but it is being manifest by the objects which reflect that light. The light by itself cannot be seen, it has to be reflected for it to be cognized. Similarly, the Chitswarupa, Satswarupa, Anandaswarupa, Ananta Atma, Brahmatma, which is this Jivan Mukta Jnani, Yatihi, Vimuktaha Yatihi, he is being manifest by others, by Vishayas. The Vishayas or the others drag him, and then drag him, so to say, it is just a phrase, but they not really drag him per se, but they manifest him, and thereby there is subject-object division as though created for the object who is a sentient entity as well, who associates with the Sharira and becomes a sentient entity. As a Shishya, he taps the grace of the Jnani. Thereby, Swataha, Anena, through these words, what has been said is that by Pareritaha, by Pareritaha, what is indicated, Anena Shabdena, Swataha, Jnaninaha Pumsaha, Ikshita Brahmana Jnaninaha Pumsaha, Vishayoन्मुखत्वं नास्ति, स्वतः नास्ति, अन्यैः कृतः एव. Pareritaha Parakrutastuti Nindadayah api. So there is a space, there is a typo. Pareritaha Parakrutastuti Nindadayah api Paradrishtya Sadva Sadhu Shabdadyatmakaha Vishayaha Yatra Pravishtaha Yamuddishya Kritaha Varirasho Pravishtaha Nadi Pravaha Iva Linanti Liyante न विक्रियाम उत्पादयन्ति हर्षम वा आमर्षम, it should be आमर्षम, I think, हर्षम वा आमर्षम वा दैन्यम वा. So what is pareritaha? Paraihi annihi iritaha. Iritaha is explained there. Parakruta stuti ninda adayah. Whether somebody praises, worships, or criticizes, tortures, Adi Padana, anything, however anyone treats you, it is Guna Guneshu Vartante, that is the Prarabdha of the Sharira. The Sharira is undergoing Bhoga because of whatever was done when there was association earlier. It is suffering or enjoying the results. You have nothing to do with it. Thereby, Paradrishtya, through the perspective of others alone, this criticization, this praise, worship, all of the stuti, ninda, or any of the other pair of opposites or neutral, whatever you say, whatever category you want to put that into, dharma, adharma, sadhu, adhadu, all of this, what sadhu, asadu, shabdadyatmakaha, these are the Vishayas. Vishayas, this literal meaning is objects, but what is this subject-object division through? Cognize as what? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. This is what you cognize. Now these are also sadhu or asadhu as per others. This Jivan Mukta has no categorization at all. There is only one category which is not a category at all, which is one without the other. So categorization cannot be done. Even if you say it is a category, for that category to be there, something else has to be there which can be categorized. There is nothing else. It is one single homogeneous tattva which he himself is. Thereby, yatra pravishtaha, yatra adhishthane jnanini, really, jivan mukte pravishtaha, brahmatmani pravishtaha, vishayaha, and categorized by others, so-called others who themselves do not exist as others, they exist as Brahma. how can there be sadhu asadhu division? This parakruta stuti ninda, how can it be? In Paramatma, in Paramarthika, there is no division, and thereby yatra Paramatmani pravishtaha yamuddishya kritaha. For that adhikarana, without knowing that he is the adhikarana, the basis for everything, sadadhisthana, chidadhisthana, without knowing that paraihi ritaha, all these things, the vishayas, are prodded by others. Kritaha varirashau pravishta iva, like the nadi pravahaha iva linanti, liyante. All these merge, resolve into him. All these vishayas, whether it is stuti or ninda, performed by others, categorized as sadhu asadhu, all these merge into this adhisthana of who is jnani, who is jivan mukta, just like this samudra unto which all the rivers resolve. Na vikriyam utpadayanti, and the ocean is not even moved a little by this huge flow of tributaries and rivers. Similarly, vikriyam na vishayaha vikriyam na utpadayanti. For this jnani, there is no harsha, amarshava, dainyam. There is no emotion which will be triggered by them. Tatra hetuhu sanmatrataya iti. Akhanda brahmaivaham iti nischitya stitavataha shariradhyashrita stuti nindadina kim bhavati. It's a little difficult for me to read words when they are split in between. I have to pause there because viramo avasanam. The sutra is viramo avasanam. Whenever there is what is avasana? Virama is avasana. So here the words are split in between and there is a space, so there is a virama. So avasana has to be there. And then you see that the word is broken, you can't make sense out of it. Thereby I may be reading it again, or I pause and then I try to correct it. Unfortunately, I don't have a better print. Tatra hetu sanmatraya or sanmatrataya iti akhanda brahmaivaham iti nischitya stitavataha. For one who is remaining the way he is in his swarupa as Brahmatma, akhanda Brahma evaham, that akhanda Brahma which cannot be segmented, cannot be divided, that kind of Brahma I am, and who is staying in that manner, for him shariradhyashrita stuti nindadina kim bhavati. By the praise or the ninda, the criticism of the sharira or something else, the sharira, the koshas, how is he affected? Kim bhavati? Tasya kim bhavati? Tasya kimapi na bhavati ityartha. Kaimutikana, nothing. He is not moved at all. It is all anatma stuti, anatma ninda. Atma stuti itself is not possible. Every stuti really belongs to Atma, but then we'll say, what about Ninda? That Ninda is also adhishtita in Atma. That Ninda and Stuti are just worldly categorizations. The Jnani has nothing to do with it. That's why you see Dharmika, Adharmika people flock around the Jnani. We have a thinking that, oh, he should not, he should not have such kind of a Sangha. He should keep these people away. He does not see what you see. He has no Bheda. He has no Ragadesha. Only Advaita Brahma is where he remains. Where is the interaction possible with Adharmika people or Dharmika people even? No interaction is really possible. All that is Parakruta, and he has no such choice. They manifest his presence in the Sharira, and thereby the activity continues. He really has no particular choice there. Nirgunena nirdoshe cha brahmani stitavatam sakala vida vikara shunyatvam. There is no change whatsoever. None of the changes exist in this nirguna, because guna is there, then change is possible. Where there is no guna, the Jivan Mukta is that nirguna brahma where no change is possible. तत्र परकृतं सर्वं आकाशहननार्थ खड्गाद्यायुध प्रयुक्तिवद व्यर्थमिति भावः. So how is it? An example is given to drive home this point. It is like somebody who is waving, or is waving the sword in the air, trying to cut akasha. Can he cut akasha? The akasha, it cannot be cut by a sword. So what is this ninda going to do for this Parabrahma Jnani, Jivan Mukta? Nothing. Just like that, akasha is unaffected by the movement of the sword. Who is wanting to cut cannot be done. Vyarthamiti bhavaha esha yatihi yatra pravishtaha. This yatihi, actually it is said as per the shloka, what is it? Esha yatihi yatra pravishtaha. This yati has merged into that Brahma. But really that yati himself is Brahma. So esha yati yatra pravishtaha is that yatra itself is that yati. He is the adhikarana, yatra pravishtaha vikriyam notpadayanti. But yati is with the body mind sense complex, you will say yati, you will categorize into chaturtha ashrama. Thereby that difference is made as to esha is not yatra, but really esha is yatra, because that yatihi is not what he is, that is paradrishtya. Vikriyam no utpadayanti, yatra pravishta vikriyam no utpadayanti, esha yatihi vimuktaha Shina vasanatvat nashta manastvatcha, because vasanakshaya and this manonasha has happened. Nashta. So nashta manastvatcha is the bhava of that yatihi, that Jivan Mukta. Therefore vimuktaha, thereby he is free. तस्य तावदेव चिरं यावन्न विमोक्षे अत संपत्स्ये इति श्रुत्या भोगेन त्वितरे क्षपयित्वा संपद्यते इति सूत्रेण च ज्ञानिनाम् अपि प्रारब्ध कर्मायत्तः भोगः स्वीकर्तव्यो भवति. Now there is a question here. How do you say that he is completely unmoved? You are saying nishkriyaha, all these words you have used, vimukta, you are saying completely free, and then स्थितवता यतेः किं भवति, जीवन मुक्तस्य किं भवति. These kind of कैमुतिक न्याय you are using to say that there is no vikriya, vikriyam no utpadayanti. How can that be? Because prarabdha has to be accepted for the jnani. If he accepts prarabdha for the jnani who is jivan mukta now, then tasya shruti is saying tasya tavadeva chiram yavanna vimokshe ata sampatsye. Shruti says that even if he is a Jivan Mukta, still Tavadeva Chiram has been said. There is only some as much delay as this, that as long as the body exists, there is a delay. So some delay is accepted there till Videha Mukti. So between Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti, that Jivan Mukta also has some delay for being merged. Iti Shrutya Bhogena Tvitere Kshapayitva Sampadyate. Iti Sutrena, and Brahma Sutra does a nirnaya, does an analysis of this, and lands where the the karma, he destroys the karma and then merges in Brahman. He is one with Brahma, this jnani, only after the phala bhoga of the karma. Thereby, through this, what is to be accepted, what has to be accepted choicelessly is that jnaninamapi prarabdha karmayattah bhoga svikartavyo bhavati. Prarabdha karma bhoga has to be accepted for the jnani. Tatha cha sukha dukkhanubhava rupatvad bhogasya katham nirvikaratvam iti shankayam praha vijñāteti. Thereby your vikriyatvam that you are talking about, vikriyam na utpadayanti in the earlier shloka, has to be questioned now, because sukha dukkha anubhava rupa vikriya is there, has to be accepted because delay is there, and karma bhoga has to happen, says the sutrakara. Brahma Sutrakara. Now, Sukha Dukkha Anubhava, if it is there, then how can you say Vikriya is not there? Because Sukha Dukkha both are Vikriyas. Katham Nirvikaratvam iti Shankaya. When this kind of a doubt, a question is raised as to how having Sukha Dukkha during that delay, time delay between Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti, as analyzed in Brahma Sutra also, the karma bhoga kshaya has to happen. Thereby Sukha Dukkha being there, Vikriya has to be there, has to be accepted. That kind of a doubt is being looked into in 443rd shloka. Vijñāta Brahma Tattvasya yatha purvanna samsrutihi asti chenna sa vijñāta Brahma bhavo bahirmukah. It is as simple as that. Bhagavad Padacharya says, I am trying to bang home this point. I am going to repeat it again, says Bhagavad Padacharya. Just a moment, please. Sorry. So, Vijñāta Brahma Tattvasya yasya jnāninah Jivan Muktasya Brahma Vijñātam bhavati. Vijñātam Brahma yasya jnāninah Jivan Muktasya. That Brahma Tattva, Brahma, Brahmana Tattvam, Brahma Tattvam, Vijñātam Brahma Tattvam yasya. Sa Vijñāta Brahma Tattvaha, tasya Vijñāna Brahma Tattvasya. For the person whom the Brahma Tattva is clearly understood, thereby he is a Jnani, tasya Jnaninaha. Yatha Purvam Samsrutihi na bhavati. Just like he had Samsara earlier, Samsaranam earlier, he does not think that he has had Samsara earlier. This explanation is also from the perspective of the onlooker, who says that did the Jnani, before he became a Jnani, did he have Samsara? Did he have Samsaranam? Okay, he had Samsaranam. We don't have a problem to accept from your perspective that there was Samsaranam. But Yatha Purvam, the way it was there before the Jnanotpatti, that kind of Samsarana is no longer there. Yatha Purvam na bhavati. Samsruti na bhavati. Nasti ityartha. Asti chet, if at all it is there, sa Vijñāta Brahma bhavaha na bhavati. Then he is not Vijñāta Brahma bhava, Brahma Tattva. Same meaning. Why? Bahirmukha, sa Bahirmukha san, being Bahirmukha, even if the Vishayas or the Prarabdha Vashat Vishayas or these people, other subjects, they manifest him into the Sharira for their labha, still Bahirmukhatvam is not there. Being Antharmukha itself, the Prarabdha continues the way it has to continue, the Jnani's presence in the Sharira. But he knows the Kosha not as Atma. Thereby subject-object division is not there. Ragadvesha is not there because Vasanakshaya has happened. These Vasanas are not there manifesting in the Sharira. They may be there infinite. Infinite Vasanas may be there, but they are not manifesting to create Ragadvesha. So Vasanakshaya is what? It is not Nasha. Nasha also Nasha Darshane. See, Mano Nasha is what? Nasha, the Dhatu meaning of those who have studied Vyakarana know. Nasha is not really destruction, the way we understand the word destruction. Mano Nasha is not the destruction of the mind. Those who do not know, they read the translations and think that it is Mano Nasha means destruction of the mind. If the mind is destroyed, how is any interaction possible? These people who talk about Manonasha literally as destruction, they should be subjected to the question and ask the question. Then how is Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi or even Vidyaranyacharya, who talks about Manonasha in Jivan Mukti Viveka, how are they themselves writing these granthas? Because the kriya of creating a grantha will be possible only in the Antakarana. If it is possible in the Antakarana, then Antakarana is there. If antakarana is there, then mano nasha has not happened the way they understand as mano nasha. If the mind is destroyed, then you cannot write the grantha, you cannot create the grantha. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi cannot answer the questions. The entire talks, letters, all these are Bhagavan's words. They have manifested only when some vritti happened in the antakarana. If the vritti happened in the antakarana, mana is there. If mana is there, then mano nasha has not happened. It is not destroyed. I am taking literal translation, destroyed. If it is not destroyed, then if he has no mano nasha, what mano nasha is he recommending to you? See, I am not questioning Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi or Bhagavan Vidyaranyacharya. I have a great respect for them. They are Acharya, they are Guru. But I am trying to clarify the misunderstanding which is there. I am trying to remove that. Mano nasha does not mean destruction of the mind. Obviously, Vidyaranyacharya or Ramana Maharshi had mano nasha. It is nasha adarshane. Dhatu is nasha. Nasha adarshane. Nash. Adarshana. The mind is not seen as anatma. It is the atma. It is there, but it is not separate. It cannot have vasana manifesting. Vasana kshaya also is same meaning. Infinite vasanas cannot be going away because infinite karma would be needed. It is just not associating with them, and nasha or kshaya there is they have depleted so much that they do not manifest in this antakarana, in this sharira. In this janma, there is no manifestation of vasanas. Vasanas are still there in bija rupa, but they are bharjita bijavat. They are like the burnt seed. Bharjita bija, what is the prayojana? They can be eaten, they can feed you, but they cannot generate, they cannot germinate. Similarly, they cannot germinate into another janma. Upabhogaya, some bhoga may happen, that's about it. But that bhoga is not with that ahankara that I am undergoing bhoga. There is no subject-object division kind of bhoga. This is the meaning of vasana kshaya, and mano nasha has also to be understood in this manner. Otherwise, it will be ridiculous, really ridiculous to say that the jnani is writing granthas. Bhagavad Padacharya has created this prakarana grantha, who is Bhagavan Bhashyakara also has written so much of Bhashya, and they had no mana. How can you say they had no mana? They didn't have mana as separately existent from themselves. They saw mana as a tool, not as with the abhimana as that I am this mind. They didn't have that kind of an individuality there. Ahankara ityadi. So asti chet, if at all that kind of a yatha purvam samskriti is there, that samsaranam, that I am an embodied being, I am an individual, I need to become purna, this kind of a thinking is there through raga dvesha, some kind of a goal has to be attained, some kartavya karma is there, then saha vijñāta brahma bhavaha na bhavati bahirmukha san na bhavati. Just because he is bahirmukha, he cannot be vijñāta brahma bhavaha. Brahma bhava has not been. Brahmatvam tasya atmana brahmatvam na vijñātam. He has not understood. As simple as that. Really that simple, but so complicated to make sense out of it in day-to-day life, you know. Vijñātam anubhutam brahma tattvam yena saha vijñāta brahma tattvaha. By whom the Brahma tattva has been known. Anubhuta. So yena is better tritiya. Sambandha with the bahuri, that tritiya is better than shashti. Shashti is general. Tritiya is refined. Vijñātam anubhutam brahma tattvam yena sa vijñāta brahma tattvaha tasya vijñāta brahma tattvasya mithya jnana nashena, due to nasha of mithya jnana. Tatkruta अभिमानाभावात् यथा पूर्वम् अनुभवात् प्रागिव न संसृतिः सुख दुःखानुभवः spruhodvega shunyatvat, because spruha and udvega is not there. There is no craving and there is no agitation. Therefore, because of absence of this craving or the affliction, sukha dukkha anubhava is not there, which itself is called as samsruti in the shloka, samsara, samsaranam. How? Like it was there earlier. Because abhimana bhava is there. There is no ahankara, there is no individuality anymore. And why is individuality not there anymore? Because it is ajnana karya, and ajnana, mithya ajnana itself is not there. Taduktam Gitasu, and that itself is mentioned in the Smriti by Getacharya Krishna. Dukkheshu anudvigdamanaha sukheshu vigataspruha Vitaraga Bhayakrodha Stitadhir Muni Uchyate. Who is called as a Muni? We'll explain that. Mananat Munihi, Manana Siddhaha. Shravananantara, Manana has happened. Manana has happened means there is no doubt that Viveka is complete. Doubtlessly he knows that I am this Atma, Brahmatma. So when Dukkha comes up, situations of Dukkha, he has no udvega in the manaha, there is no agitation in the mind. And when sukha comes about, then in those sukha situations, he has no spruha, no craving. Let me have this more sukha, more sukha, more sukha. Let me avoid dukkha. Less dukkha, less dukkha, less dukkha. He has none of that. Vita raga bhaya krodha. Raga, bhaya, krodha, all these have gone away, and thereby he is sthitadhihi. He is buddhi sthira in this Brahma Tattva. Thereby Munihi Uchyate. He is called as Muni. Iti itaresham naiva vidatvam. Na evam vidatvam. Again the split there. Itaresham na evam vidatvam. There is evam, this kind of a possibility itself is not there for others. That sthitadhihi nasti, anyesham nasti, itaresham nasti. That dhi is not sthira for others. Once, sometime somebody may have got some glimpse, heard something, but didn't work because chitta is not that shuddha. It did something, he was impressed. Oh, what a wonderful talk, what an orator. This Swamiji, this person is such a great orator. What an exposition. I completely agree with it. It is very convincing. Then again the person steps out of the hall or wherever he is, and then samsara continues. Forgotten like a dream. Not the samsara is forgotten like a dream, the way it is for a jnani, but the talk, the impressive talk of Advaita Tattva itself is forgotten like a dream. It is momentary for others. Nevam vidatvam. That dhi is not sthira. Brahmatma dhi is not sthira. Tadaha. Dukkheshu udvijanti sukhebhyah spruhayanti cha raktaha bhutaha kopinascha. Whereas for others, what is it? They have udvega. When dukkha comes up, they have agitation. When sukha comes up, they crave for it more, they desire it. And then what happens is that raktaha, rakta means colored. Raga, the dhatu there is ranjarage. Ranjarage is, raga is color basically. What is the meaning of the desire raga? Your mind is colored with some expectancy there, that which others don't see. You want something, others may or may not see, but you see something which is not inherent in the Vishaya. That is raga. Raga towards a particular Vishaya, desire towards a particular Vishaya. The Vishaya is what it is, but it is colored through your mind. The way a jaundiced eye sees everything yellow, similarly the colored mind sees as per the color. There is Shobhanadhyasa. You value it more than it should be valued. It is what it is, but there is more value. That is the coloration of the mind, raga. And this is there for others. Raktaha. Rakta bhuta kaupinascha. they are they are they are angry also. So krodha is there. So they are anger affects them. Anger comes about and takes them along. Raga comes about, takes them along. Bhaya comes along, takes them along. Thereby tadaha asti chet. Therefore it is said that those who have this raga, bhaya, krodha utpatti, udvega, spruha utpatti, based on the conditions are, everyone is subject to conditions as per prarabdha, but how you respond, actively, or do you just have, instead of responding, do you just have a reaction? Reaction is habitual, it is triggered because of samskara. With viveka one can have a response, then a calculated response, then not have a response through control, not respond at all, then it becomes swabhava. Because Brahma Tattva, once you know, then everything has Brahma. How can there be raga dvesha? Completely withdrawn unto Brahma, one with Brahma, everything is Brahma. Sarvam Brahma, sarvam khalvidam Brahma, sarvam nasti Brahma eva asti, aham eva asmi, aham Brahmatma eva asmi. I alone am there in the form of Brahmatma. There is nothing else which is there where I can have spruha or udvega. Sukha Dukkha itself, they are just coming about for bhoga of the sharira. Let them come and go. How am I moved? I am untouched, I am asanga atma. Thereby bahirmukhatvam is not there. But if bahirmukhatvam is there like others, or like it was there earlier, then that vasana is not gone yet. You have to work on it. Something more is to be done there. Tadaha asti chet, udveha sprughadikam asti chet. If udvega, spruha for sukha, udvega towards dukkha, or bhaya, krodha, raga, all these are there, then nasa vijnata brahma bhava means bahirmukha san kosheshu atmabhimanavan. He is kosheshu atmabhimanavan. He is still there. That's why this is the conclusion. I explained as bahirmukha san vijnata brahma bhava nasti, sa nasti, or vijnata brahma bhava nasti. He is not vijnata brahma bhava, therefore bahirmukhatvam. This has to be inferred. So which is earlier? Because he does not know Brahma, therefore he is bahirmukha, or he is bahirmukha, therefore he is not vijnata Brahma. Both ways it can be looked at. However, is more convincing because finally Brahma Tattva is not known and thereby bahirmukha, ajnana is still there. This is the 443rd shloka. In continuation, 444 says, in continuation, that doubt was raised that prarabdha has to be accepted, so sukha dukkha anubhava has to be accepted. If you accept that, then vikaritvam also has to be accepted. Thereby you cannot say nirvikara, or you cannot say vikriyam na utpadayanti. Prachina vasana vegat asau samsarati iti chet na sadekatva vijnanan mandi bhavati vasana. Prachina vasana udvega vegad, not udvega, vegad. Ut is the suffix prefix used earlier for vega, udvega. That's how we get udvega. Same meaning. When vega is there, then it becomes manifests as udvega there. There is some pressure there, but there is ajnana karya pressure is there. And under the force of that, that is the vega. Under the force of that ajnana karya, there is udvega, there is this excitement, or there is this agitation. So prachina vasana vegad asau samsarati iti chet. If you say, says the Siddhanti, if you say that there is vasana which has been accumulated earlier, due to that there is force of that is acting, and due to that samsara is there, yatha purvam samsara is there for a jnani also. Na se iti chet, if that is the question, na you have to make a na tatha. That's how the sentence has to be completed. Na iti na. If that is the question of the Purva Pakshi, no, that is not true. Why? Sadekatva vijnanat. Because he does not know any vasana, let alone the vasana karya, let alone samsara. He does not know any vasana at all. Sadekatva vijnana. There is ekatva vijnana. What is that? That is the tatparya of the Shruti. Sad Brahma. Tvamasi. Tattvamasi Shvetaketu. Then Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahma. Which is Sad Brahma. Ekatva Vijnana is there. Sarvam Vijnatam Bhavati. Ekena Vijnanena Sarvam Vijnatam Bhavati. As though everything is known, because he does not have anything else to be known. There is nothing else. Ekatva Vijnana. Sat alone is known. Nothing else is there. Sat alone exists. That is all he knows. That is his samsara really. If you think samsara is there, samsara means the world. If you interpret samsara as a world, his world is Atmaloka. His world is Sadekatva Vijnana, that Sadatma, Sadloka, Atmaloka. There is no other Loka. How can samsara be there? And there was Sadekatva Vijnanat Vasana Mandi Bhavati. Mandi Bhavati, the Vasana Mandi Bhavati. Vasana which is not Manda becomes Manda. Which is not squeezed out. Is squeezed out. Mandi Bhavati. Chi Pratyanta Shabda. Brahmanubhavat Prak. Before Brahmanubhava Sakshatkara, Brahmanubhavat Prak Kaliki. So, what is that Vasana? The Vasana is Strilinga, therefore Kaliki. Prak Kaliki. That Vasana which was existent. Existent meaning Vyavaharika Satta was there before Jnanotpatti, before Brahmanubhava, before Sakshatkara. Anadi Bhava Sanchita Ya Vasana. That Vasana which is there since Anadikala, it has not come about, it has not created fresh. It has been there. Vasana has been there forever. We have accumulated it across Janmas, but it never had a beginning really. It is just made more and more dhrada. It is all there. Tasyaha vega. Due to the force of that, Asau Brahmavit, this Brahmavit, Yani Sansarati Bandham Bhajate iti ched na. He, Sansarati means what? He is bound. If you think that he is bound, na, not so. Sadekatva Vijnana, meaning Advitiya, again, actually I read the online copy while looking at it, so I didn't see so many typos are there. So here, Sadekatva Vijnana, Advitiya Khanda Swaprakashananda Brahma Bheda Sakshatkarat. Advitiya Akhanda, it should be Akhanda. There is a space there. Advitiya Khanda should not be pronounced. Advitiya Khanda Swaprakashananda Brahma Bheda Sakshatkara. Abheda Sakshatkara is there. Abheda with whom? With Brahma. Ananda Rupa Brahma, Prakasha Rupa Brahma, who is Swaprakasha, and that Swaprakasha Ananda Brahma, which has no Bheda, and you are not separate from it, you are one, you are that Brahma, which is Akhanda, one homogeneous. There are no Swagata Bhedas also. Within it there are no parts, and it is one without a second. There is no other Brahma, there is no other Abrahma. Therefore, Advitiya Akhanda Swaprakashananda Brahma Abheda Sakshatkarat. Due to that Sakshatkara of such Brahma as me, Vasana Mandi Bhavati, meaning Vasana Alpa Jada Dukkhatmakatvena Nishchita Anatma Swatmatva. Just give me a moment. Alpa Jada Dukkhatmakatvena. What is there? Alpatvam. Feeling of Alpatvam is there. I am a limited entity. Jadatvam. The Sharira is Jada. I am becoming Stula. I am becoming small. This is all Sharira Dharma. This is Jada Dharma. But you are not Jada. The buddhi is not working. Buddhi is not working. Buddhi is the antakarana dharma. You are jnana rupa, chidrupa. So you cannot become jada really. And dukkha, ananda swarupa is there, sukha swarupa is your swarupa is sukha, but then dukkha anubhava is there because of associating with the koshas. So alpatmatvena jadatmatvena dukkhatmatvena, thereby samasa alpa jada dukkhatmakatvena nischita anatma swatmatva brahmajanita vasana mandi bhavati. Once you know that I am this Advitiya Akhanda Swaprakashananda Brahma, then due to that Abheda Sakshatkara, Nischitanaatma Swatmatva Brahmajanita Vasana Mandi Bhavati. Vasanas which are caused due to Brahma. What is that? I am this Anatma. That kind of Vasana, which itself is not inquired into. Vicharam na sate, if you inquire into, it will not stand any scrutiny, and thereby mandi bhavati, tanu bhavati, shitila bhavati ityartha. And vasana kshaya is what? Shitila bhavati. They are so loosened, they are slackened. Arunodaya kalikam tamaiva. What is the example? Just like when the sun comes up, the sun rays take away the darkness. Similarly, the vasanas are taken away by the jnana. Tatra drishtantamaha. What is the example for that? Another example, the Shlokakara himself gives. Atyanta kamukasyapi shakti kunthati matari tathaiva brahmani jnate purnanande manishinaha. There is no gloss over this. There is, but then not on the shloka words, because very distasteful to even think about it. So generally sannyasis don't discuss about these much. Although Bhagavad Padacharya gave an example to drive home the point, even if a person has so much of kama, lust, still, and the example is given for the man. Generally, Gurudev Shivananda Swamiji says that there's a book called Practice of Brahmacharya. So there he talks about it. See, take an example of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He used to treat his wife like a mother. So except for creating progeny, what is the difference between any woman and the wife also? It is just for the progeny to continue. Other than that, she is like a mother. Like all other women, the Shastras say. Now, this being the case, the person who has lust, all that lust goes away. It is only focused outward towards other women. When it comes to the mother, the lust goes away, right? So that is the example here. Atyanta kamukasyapi, even if there is so much of lust, but then Shakti, that whatever triggers that lust, kuntati, matari kuntati, when he looks at the mother, mother is divine. The manifestation of the divine mother herself. How can there be lust? Then similarly, if you see the others as mother, the divine mother manifesting, where is the lust? Therefore in the Sampradaya, we have even a little girl, the way in south, especially in north also, the address to the others is Mataji. Mataji, Behenji, all these words are there. In Sampradaya it is Mataji. And even a kid in south, even a kid who is born, the mother and father, they would also call her as what? Amma. Amma is the word for mother. So it's the manifestation of the same divine mother who is your mother and who is elsewhere also. So how can there be lust? Atyantika kamukasyapi shaktihi matari kuntati tathaiva brahmani jnate purnanande manishinaha. Similarly, all this raga, dvesha, all of these are what? Misunderstood. It is only when bahirmukhatvam is there, when antarmukhatvam is there, everything is like that divine mother, everything is the manifestation of her, everything is a manifestation of Sadbrahma. How can there be kama towards it, raga, dvesha, ityadi? Can never be there. This is how you drive home the point. That is the example. Purnanande tathaiva. When Purnananda is known, then where is the seeking for Ananda? Where is the avoidance of something for ananda to avoid dukkha? Where is it possible? Is it even possible? What kind of a ridiculous thinking is the Purva Pakshi is having? All this logic, tarka there will not work. Tarka has done its job for Viveka, for Shamadama. Now for the Jnani you are using the tarka. He is not in your world to apply that kind of tarka. Thereby Purnanande Akhandananda Rupe Brahma Sakshat Krute Manishinah Vivekina ityartha. For that Viveki, where all the tarka has worked earlier and he has landed on the Purnananda Akhandananda Rupa Atma, for him Jagati Vrittihi Kunthati. The vritti of Jagat as a separate existent thing goes away. Vakshatihi, and it will be said in Shloka 523, Chandre Mahaladini Deepyamane Chandrendum Alokaitum Kaichet. When the Chandra, we have seen this example quoted by Bhagavan Vyakhyanakara earlier also, when the full moon is being seen in front, who would seek to look at a painting of a moon? The bright moon is there right in front of you. Nididhyasanashīlasya bahya pratyayikṣyate bravīti śrutiretasya prarabdham phaladarshanāt. So nididhyasanashīlasya, nididhyasanam shīlam yasya, sa nididhyasanashīlaha tasya nididhyasanashīlasya. One who is habituated to nididhyasana, it has become a second nature. Bahya pratyaya Ikshate. He is seen to have Bahya Pratyaya. He also knows who takes to Nididhyasana. Still he has external awareness. He has this surrounding. He knows his surroundings. Nididhyasana, not Samadhi. Nididhyasana. Then Phaladarshana, since that kind of phala is seen, he knows his surroundings. Prarabdham Shrutihi etasya jnaninaha nididhyasana shīlasya jnaninaha yasmat bahya pratyaya ikshate tasmat karanat phaladarshanaat. Phaladarshana is the karana, hetu. Tasmad heto phaladharshanaad heto shrutehe etasya prarabdham braviti. Iti anvaya. This is the anvaya, that prarabdha is talked about by the shruti because phaladharshana is there, that nididhyasana shila jnani knows his surroundings. So shruti just talks about prarabdha being there. It is there, yes. Viparita bhava nivrutyartaha nididhyasane shilam nididhyasanam va yasya tasya bahya pratyaya ikshate Santatamatmani buddhehe stapanartham prayatnasya sattvat. What is the phaladarshana? He knows his surroundings and he withdraws from it. He remains in Brahmatma Tattva. Every now and then he does manana, withdraws, stays there. So what is there to withdraw from? There is something there. Prarabdha is drawing him out into the Sharira. If it is not out there, at least Sharira is there. Bahya Pratyaya can also be the Sharira Pratyaya itself. He is dragged back again and again. So that Phaladarshana is there. And to bring it back to Brahma, Prayatna is being done. Nididhyasana is Prayatna there. He is bringing it back. That being so, etasya dhyatuhu, for this Dhyanashila Munihi, or the one who is doing Dhyana, this Nididhyasana is Dhyana Rupa. Some people have objection for that also. How can you call it dhyana? You cannot call it as meditation. Dhyana is dhyai chintane. Dhatu is chintana. So dhyana is misunderstood. Dhyana is chintana rupa. Meditation is a word which is misunderstood. There is group meditation. There is Omkara meditation. People do all sorts of meditation. But that is not the main meaning. Dhyai chintane is the meaning there. Dhyana is, of course, meditation means that absorption, finally samadhi. But then Nididhyasana is focused towards that. Nididhyasana can also be called a Savikalpaka Samadhi really, which the I think Bhagavan Vyakhanakara himself is going to say. Etasya dhatuhu phaladarshana, sukha dukkha anudarshana. Sukha dukkha is seen, therefore he is trying to withdraw. Shruti prarabdham braviti. Therefore, Shruti talks about prarabdha kartrutvasya dukkha rupatva dehadi manasya देहादि भानस्यापि ध्यान विरमे संभवात् पूर्व कर्मायात्तं सुखम दुःखम वा भासेत निदिध्यासनस्य सविकल्पक समाधि रूपत्वात्. Since this is what I was saying, nididhyasana itself is savikalpaka, like vikalpa is there for nididhyasana. When nididhyasana is going on, that time savikalpaka, it is with vikalpa only. Since it is with vikalpa, the purva karmayattam sukham dukkham va bhaseta. Whatever was done earlier, due to that sukha dukkha will keep on manifesting, will keep on coming up in circumstances. Thereby, Shruti talks about prarabdha. This dehadi bhana is there, therefore this nididhyasana is being done as a kartavya karma also. Shrotavya, mantavya, nididhyasya, tavya is there. Tavya is what? Tavya is Purva Mimamsaka, when he looks at tavya, lot, ling, tavya. When lot, ling, tavya all have same meaning, vidhi. It is vidhi by Shruti, for you have to do nididhyasana. Who can do nididhyasana? Who can take up as a vidhi? It is a vidhi for a person who thinks that I am a karta. At least that kind of a karta for whom moksha is prescribed, not a karta for whom karmakanda is prescribed. What is that karta? He is the karta who is one with Brahma and trying to remain as Brahma. So kartrutva bhava is not really there. We are not talking that kind of karta. We are talking of seeing it as a vidhi whereby you will become free. Moksha vidhi. It is not karma. It is dropping of karma. You withdraw from all karma. That is a vidhi. So that vidhi is applicable to the adhikari there, jnana adhikari, who has nididhyasana. For nididhyasana, manana is complete, more or less. So don't misunderstand with karta there. But then earlier when he was a karta, really that time sukha dukkha were due to him. They are coming back. Thereby sukha dukkha va bhaseta, there may be abhasa of sukha and dukkha, like karma bhasa for the jnani. This bhoga bhasa may also be there, because nididhyasana is with vikalpa. That's the samadhi. It is the savikalpaka samadhi. Taduktam in 365 and 366 shlokas it was said, Shrute shatagunam vidyat mananam mananadapi nididhyasam lakshya gunam anantam nirvikalpakam. So Shravana can be seen as one unit, let's say. In comparison, Manana is 100-fold of that, Nididhyasana is 1,00,000-fold of that, and Anantam, limitless, is this Nirvikalpaka. Nirvikalpaka Samadhina Sputam Brahmatattvam Avagamyate Dhruvam. What happens is that once Nirvikalpaka Samadhi is attained, then the Tattva which is already known becomes so dhruva, it becomes so dhrida, it becomes very clear. That is called a sakshatkara. Otherwise, Brahma saksh nanyatha chalataya manogatehe pratyantara vimashritam bhavet. Otherwise, the mind be moving, vikalpa being there, the mind manogatehe, mind which has gati, pratyantara vimashritam bhavet. It is mixed with other pratyas. There is no, not only Brahma pratyaya, there is other vikalpa also are possible. Thereby what will happen is that this vritti will differ from Brahma vritti also. Taduktam bahya pratyaya ikshata iti. That is said by bahya pratyaya. Other bahya pratyaya is seen because other vrittis are there. Yada bahya pratyaya tada prarabdhayatam sukham dukva dukkham va bhavati iti naha vaish sarirasya priya priyayor apahatir asti iti shrutihi upapadyate. Therefore, we have to accept that sukha dukkha is there, which is due to prarabdha, which drags the jnani unto the level of the sharira. When he is practicing nididhyasana also it is going on. Tada brahma sakshatkarasya ajatatvat. Brahma Sakshatkara itself is not born though. Just like this Prarabdha activity is born, Brahma Sakshatkara is not something which is Brahma Bhava is always there. You just don't know. Having known it, it is dropping off everything else. But Brahma is your real state. अध्यास बाधा भावात् शरीरात्मनोः सो तदा ब्रह्म साक्षात्कारस्य अजातत्वात् अध्यास बाधा भावात् शरीरात्मनोः आध्यासिक संबंधस्य सत्वात् सशरीरत्वम्. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस अध्यास बाधा भावात् शरीरात्मनोः आध्यासिक संबंधस्य सत्वात्, that आध्यासिक संबंध, the superimposition of the body on oneself being there, as long as there is this sharira bhava, sukha dukkha will be there. It is coming and going for a person who is practicing nididhyasana. He does not take it as real, but then he will have upabhoga as long as nishtha is not complete. He is practicing nishtha. Thereby what happens is that there is some pleasure, some dukkha is there, some sukha is there. Thereby this will keep on happening to this person, but all this is adhyasika, it is all superimposed, and thereby what happens is that this is the shruti there. Shruti upapade naha vai sasarirasya priya priyor apahatirasti. You cannot, Shruti says that there is no possibility of sukha and dukkha not being there for one who has association with the body. Sashariraha. He is sashariraha. Sasharirasya sukha dukkha bhoga asti eva. You cannot say that sukha dukkha bhoga cannot be there if a person associates with the sharira. Therefore, what has happened here is tada brahma sakshatkarasya ajatatvat. So actually, I said the brahma sakshatkara ajatatvat. Brahma sakshatkara is not born. Brahma bhava is there, but the sakshatkara is not born. Brahma bhava is there means what? Everybody is Brahma, but that Brahma bhava being known is sakshatkara. What is sakshatkara? Jnana that aham Brahma. That aham Brahma, when sashariratvam is there, when one is associated with the sharira, sukha dukkha bhoga is there, Brahma bhava is not there, then how can you say Brahma bhava is there and sashariratvam is there? Sharira is there from the perspective of the other. If a person is associating with the sharira, sukha dukkha will be there. How will ananda bhoga be there? That's why prarabdhaya samarpitam svabhu means let it undergo sukha dukkha. I am not affected because I stay in Brahma. It is very difficult to see where the jnani rests. We see the sharira, we don't see the jnani. Atma cannot be seen. But sasharirasya tada, when sasharira bhava is there, Brahma sakshatkarasya ajatatva. Brahma sakshatkara is not born then, because it is an ongoing activity then. Adhyasa badha bhava shariratmano adhyasika sambandhasya sattva sashariratvam. Thereby this adhyasika sambandha has to be accepted, and then the sukha dukkha bhoga will be there because sharira is there. Tatha cha tasya tavadeva chiram ityadi shrutihi bhogena ityadi sutram cha tadaviprayam prarabdhadehe anatma dharmatvat nirguna brahmavidah tadasambhavat. But for one who has this sashariratvam, only there is sukha dukkha and prarabdha bhoga as per the shruti. So shruti, when it says that tasya tavadeva chiram, when it is saying that this, as long as adhyasa is there of the sharira, prarabdha bhoga is there, then tavadeva chiram says that videha mukti will happen for this person who has this association happening with the sharira. But this nirguna brahma who stays in nirguna brahma, for him, so Brahma Sutra is also talking about that. But then for one who is not there in the sharira, as long as sharira is there and he is associated with the sharira, tavadeva chiram. But if he is not associated with the Sharira at all, then Tavadeva Chiram is from the perspective of the onlooker that there is Sharira. But otherwise, for him, Nirguna Brahma Vidaha Tad Asambhavat. Anatma Dharmatvat Prarabdhadehe. Prarabdha, all this is Anatma, is based. Prarabdha is not for the Atma, it is for the Anatma. Then Nirguna Brahma has nothing to do with it. Nirguna, it is not talked about. This Prarabdha or the Savadeva Charam is not for the Nirguna Brahma. What is the Swarupa of this Jnani? But it is for Anatma. It does not apply to Nirguna Brahma. Okay, not for Nirguna Brahma, but it applies to Jivan Mukta. No, it does not apply to Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta is one with it because Brahma Veda Brahmaiva Bhavati. Brahma Veda Brahmaiva Bhavati, therefore it does not accrue to this Sukha Dukkha Bhoga and all that you are talking about. Is one who has Sharira Bhava. One who has Brahma Bhava has nothing to do with it. Thereby this differentiation you have to understand as to who is the Shruti talking about. Shruti is talking about that person who has no Nishtha completely. It is an ongoing activity. Person who has Nishtha in Nirguna Brahma is completely free from it. For him, Prarabdha cannot be there because Prarabdha is for the Sharira. But Nirguna, where no guna is there, none of the gunas are there, he cannot have any prarabdha. He cannot have any affliction also. There is no stavadeva chiram applicable to that Nirguna Brahma. We'll stop here. We'll look at 447 in the next partha. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharantam Agocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. That's it. Any questions?
Hari Om. Yeah, this Manolaya and Manonasha, you say Manonasha can never happen, is it?
I didn't say Manonasha can never happen. I said that destruction of the mind can never happen. Manonasha, Nasha is not destruction.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Then Manolaya and Manonasha, in the Sushupti, Manolaya happens.
Yeah.
But Mano Nasha means, what does it mean?
Okay, see, you go to Sushupti, okay, you sleep. Is the mind visible then?
No.
No. When you wake up, is the mind visible?
Yes.
Okay. Then is it Nasha now?
No.
Then it is, what is it? It is there.
Okay.
So in Sushupti there was Laya, but in waking, there is still darshana. So how can it be Manonasha? It is Laya. What will you call as Nasha? Nasha is which cannot be seen in all states, right? Nasha Adarshana.
Yeah. Nasha
so you
Adarshana,
don't see
yes.
in waking also.
So
you have to see, in Sushupti there is Manonasha, let's say, if you interpret as that way. Then Nasha has happened, how can it be there in waking again? Nasha means Adarshana has happened. Yeah. Adarshana cannot be only at a particular point. See, let's say now you're talking to me, you don't look at your house. Does it mean that your house is not there?
No.
It is there, right?
Yes.
You will look at your house when you end this patha and then you look at your house, you see that all the things in the house are just like they were.
Yeah.
So during this point, Adarshana does not mean that they are, you can talk about it as Laya, you can talk about it as Nasha. Nasha is only when Adarshana is there at all points of time, right? Thereby Manonasha and Manolaya can be differentiated. You have to, even if someone says that in Sushupti there is Manonasha, but if it is Nasha has happened, then how can there be Utpatti again? Utpatti cannot
that is okay.
There cannot be an Utpatti at all. Adarshanam gata, Adarshanam gata. Completely, it's gone. So therefore they translate as destroyed, but destroyed is not in that sense that it is destroyed, means it is not there at all.
Okay. Adarshana
is not seen separately. Darshana is separate objectification as a separate one identifying with it. So you have to reinterpret all the way. There is no association with the mind as me. Meaning what? I am the mind. That is the association of an ajnani. Even of the person who has had samadhi experience without a jnana, without the advaita jnana, if one has samadhi experience, during the time of samadhi there is manolaya.
Yeah.
But when he comes out, then since jnana is not there, the mind is seen separately, and then all the qualities of the mind are owned up as our own qualities. He says, I am still dukkhi. He says, I am dukkhi. I want to go to samadhi because there is sukha in samadhi. Just like sukha in sushupti, but there I am present. In sushupti, I have a doubt whether I am there or not. Doubt in the sense, I cannot enjoy it while I am in sushupti. When I wake up, I know that I have been enjoying, but I would like to enjoy it now. While being awake, I would like to enjoy. So he would like to go to samadhi. Samadhi sukha he wants, thinking that samadhi is giving him some sukha. But then when he comes out to samsara, then Antakaran has all these raga, dvesha, dukkha, all this is there. That want for the samadhi sukha is a want which is keeping away from samadhi. Then what do you say about that person? He has manolaya there in samadhi, not nasha. Nasha can happen only cognitively through jnana.
And it is only for a gnani, isn't it? Mano nasha thing, adarshana.
But who has practiced manonasha? So manonasha after the jnanotpatti should counter all the vasanas. So manonasha means what? There is no separate vritti saying that there is a prapancha which is different, that I am an individual. That kind of thing does not come up again. The mind exists, but then mind exists as a it is another way to see it is that it is in line with the hiranyagarbha tattva. There is no separate individuality, ahankara that drives it, that I have to do this, I don't have to do this. None of these choices are there. They are in line with the prarabdha. Otherwise you have to explain, manonasha has happened, how is he doing anything? How is anything taking place? Without the mind, how can the body function?
No, all these days I had this in my mind, that mind will be destroyed completely. No, I know, but after the samadhi, he comes to this worldly knowledge. It has to happen through mind only. Yes.
See, we have to use, that's why we have these pramanas, right? Those who have not studied pramanas, they'll jump to conclusion. Oh, destroyed, mind is destroyed. That's why I have to target the destruction of the mind. You cannot have destruction of the mind. The vritti nasha has happened.
Yes.
That vritti nirodha has happened, therefore it is called as sahaja samadhi. Sahaja samadhi is samadhi iva samadhi. It is nirvikalpaka samadhi iva samadhi. Therefore, you see, these shruti vakyas are not nonsensical. For these people who do not understand, they'll say shruti. You understand the shruti vakya, tat yatratvasya sarvam atmaivahu tat kenakam pashyet. What is there to see separately? It is not there. That is manonasha really. They say no, it is mere jnana. What is mere jnana? The people who say this is all theory, mere jnana, for jnanis, the same question can be asked about those whoever they follow. See, yogis and these Vedantins have this tussle, Yogis say that these jnanis are all in theory, they don't have anubhava. And jnanis say that they don't have jnana, they have this anubhava, samadhi, it is nothing. They crave for samadhi and then come out, and in the same dvaita pravancha, they have the same raga, dvesha, krodha. What is the samanvaya there really? The samanvaya is jnani does not need samadhi, does not need it, but it is good to have. Manonasha, vasanakshaya, this will happen only, that nishtha, sthirata will be there only when he follows through. Not wanting samadhi. Samadhi is an end result of that nishtha itself. Nishtha is complete, what will happen? Vritti nasha will happen. Vritti shunyatva. We should not hold on to it that it should happen, but it will happen. So one should not have a dvesha saying that no, I don't want to become a yogi. It is like saying sitting here, I don't want swarga, I don't want to. So it's like an illiterate saying that I don't want to go to a Harvard University or a Stanford University or IIT or IISc. I don't want to go. You are an illiterate, somebody is offering. The answer is that you are an illiterate, you are not an adhikari. Similarly, we are not adhikari for swarga. To say I don't want swarga is ridiculous. What do we know about
Yes.
Swarga? I don't want Samadhi is also as ridiculous. What do we know about Samadhi to say that I don't want Samadhi? This is ridiculous thinking. So they say that this is all theory. Jnani is following theory. Now Jnani who says yogi is, so we can also say Jnani, Vedantins can say yogi is sleeping. What is yogi doing in Samadhi? Is sleeping. We can make the same aropa, but both are as ridiculous. He does not have any jnana. So to say that jnana is theory, or to say that this yogi samadhi is sleep, is like Sushupti. I have Sushupti Anubhav, why do I need samadhi? See, you may not need it, but one who has samadhi needs it. Let him have it. What is your objection? So this is the problem with they create divisions after divisions. But once you understand the tattva, Vedanta, Shruti is talking nothing else. It is talking about the same state through jnana of the person who has nishtha. That nididhyasana itself, you see, Bhagavan Vyakhyana Karate is Savikalpaka Samadhi. Nirvikalpaka Samadhi hai Nirvikalpaka, sorry, not Nirvikalpaka, Nididhyasanasya Savikalpaka Samadhi Rupatvat. Manonasha is to be understood. Otherwise, see, we have this pramana where Anyatha Anupapatti has to be explained. Arthapatti Pramana, those who have understood cannot say that there is Nasha of as in destruction. Nasha of Mana is right. Not destruction. Not complete destruction, not Shunyatva. Mana becoming Shunya is to say that mind is mindless. How do you say mindless? A dumb person is called without a mind. Without buddhi, buddhihinaha, manohinaha. What is that? From the perspective of Brahma, it was never there. That is a different story, has become with one with. But then you cannot individualize it. These people want to individualize it. Say that no, only my guru did it. Only this person, only that person. I want to become that. Okay, become that. But to say only, what do you know about the other? There is no other for even that Brahma that you are talking about. Who is your guru? There is no other at all. So mind is not different from. He does not see the mind as different. It is a mere tool which functions the way it should function, without raga dvesha, without coloring, without vasana, painting it. Thereby it is in line with the prarabdha. See, when it is in line with the prarabdha, it is going the way it should go. As soon as the free will acts upon it, there is individualization acting, ahankara acting, and then it becomes a baddha. So in my
this is the
Jnani's mana is in line with the prarabdha. That is
this is where the role of a guru is very important for a student. Like how I heard I thought Mano, Nasha, and the difference is so clear now.
Think about it. I mean, I'm not claiming that I know the best. There may be others who explain it.
No.
I do not agree with them. That's all I'm saying. They may say that destruction of the mind. Then they have to answer this question. I'll ask Arthapatti Pramana. Please explain. See, this is what I asked someone else. Someone else was saying that see, what happens is that my guru says this, your guru says something else, third person's guru says something else. These people listen to multiple things. Now, if you listen to multiple things, there is apparent contradiction that has to be resolved. Or you hold on to one guru, continue with that. But you cannot bring in one guru's aropa and want other to explain. Now, we can have samanvaya. This is the benefit of doubt. We have that in Sampradaya. However, what happens? No, only this is right. When you hold on to that, you are saying the other is wrong. That you shouldn't do. It is okay at different levels, you let it go. You land on the tattva which is explained. Now somebody quoted some very well respected Swamiji, I don't want to name. But that person said that he says that there is the mind for the jnani, and so on one level they explain that I don't remember the context, I have forgotten, but you quote the Shruti out of context and say this is how it is. How can there be mind, or it is. So on one hand you want to say that everything is Brahma, on the other hand you have to claim that no, this individual guru did this. How is it possible? Both are possible. So then they say he retains that ahankara. Okay, if he retains the ahankara, you say that he has no ahankara, but then you say he retains the ahankara. All these apparent contradictions are there, have to be resolved. That retaining of ahankara should not be talked about, because that retaining the ahankara means kartrutvam is there. So if you talk about free will, then you cannot say that the free will, with the free will the person is not a karta. You cannot say he is akarta when he has free will. How can you say that? Free will means karta.
Yeah.
Then it has to be explained. So we say that kartrutvam is in line with the prarabdha. Then how can it be called as free will? So it's a very difficult debate, difficult to understand the point. So we have to have samanvaya there, saying that mind is there in line with the prarabdha, meaning free will is not imposed on it, saying that he colored by raga dvesha.
Yeah.
So there we say it is in line with dharma, it has to be done, then it is done. But then you inquire into it, it will fall apart, because kartavyam asti chet nasa jnani. It is as clear, nasa brahmavit, it has been said. Then we will have to apply that and inquire into it, whether that person is a jnani who uses his free will. Therefore, I prefer to say that it is in line with prarabdha. Let's not talk about free will.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Padacharya has said it in clear words, prarabdhaya samarpitam sovapu. Whatever is, so prarabdha does it. Let it be, prarabdha does it. It is getting done. We attribute it to someone who has prarabdha, that will call Shankaracharya or whoever, and then we'll say Viveka Chudamani is Shankaracharya Krita. For us, it is all Ishvara manifest into that Sharira and is doing it.
Yes.
He has a mind, all right.
Yes.
We don't have any issue at saying that he has a mind.
Yeah.
That mind is not different from Brahma.
Okay.
So it's all,
Okay.
you have to take it to conclusion. To me, Manonasha and all has to be understood. Laya is different from Nasha, because it manifests again. But manifestation is not Yatha Purvam. That is Manonasha. Manolaya is Yatha Purvam manifestation. Manonasha is not Yatha Purvam. It is manifesting without that taint of individuality, without that taint of, it is, the kosha is what it is, that's it.
Yeah, now it is clear. And this in my mobile phone, it shows attendee list filtered. Is it you have filtered or something? Something has happened to my phone. I want to attendee list filtered. It says that means only your name and my name is showing on my phone.
Yeah, it's some changes may have I have done some whatever was there. I have there are a lot of revisions to this thing.
Okay.
So it may not show up.
Okay. No. Just is it from something wrong with my phone? I just wanted to know.
That's just the group rules. So it kept on popping up, and the attendee list keeps on showing up, and then some people drop off, some people remain, and then it keeps on going up. So it's a disturbance. It drops off, it comes up due to connection failures and these things. So I have muted it.
Okay, that is okay. And another thing is, are you starting at 6:15 or so? Mean 6:20? Little earlier than 6:30, because I will be waiting.
The timing is 6:15. Quite a few days I was delayed due to ill health, and then lack of, especially it fell apart after Navratri. My sleep pattern changed. I couldn't sleep, and Navratri times I had to cancel the classes earlier, and then my health problems due to that. And I was delayed. Then, I mean, there are a lot of, that's why I said that I was holding on to this end goal, that I want to finish the class in Chaturmasa and all that.